scored his second of the game. It's 3-1 to Liverpool, and they went from standing still pretty much on the halfway line, and within 5 or 10 seconds they put it in the back of the net. That's how quickly this Liverpool team could hurt you. They've scored again. Darwin Núñez with his 5th goal of the season. He's on a hat-trick now. Thiago. Forward pass, 15 yards to Firmino. Firmino with a beautiful through ball. On the left-hand side, through the channel, perfectly weighted. Andy Robertson. From the edge of the area. Plays low cross along the floor. First time, and the first time finish as well from the advancing Darwin Núñez. Didn't give Gavin Bazoo a chance with that one. We've got 2.5 minutes to go until the break, and the Uruguayan superstar Darwin Núñez, who starts at Liverpool, was hindered a little bit by red cards suspension. Haaland cleared away, but it's only got a start. It's a brilliant shot, spilled out in Haaland, and Manchester City lead 2-0. And maybe Erling Haaland is going to be on for another hat-trick. It was the crossing from Riyad Mahrez. It was poorly cleared, and it was a shot on the edge of the box by I'm not too sure what Manchester there it was. And it was a powerful shot, and then it was the goal kick. But only Paris. As far as Erling Haaland, there was no one around. Second first time in from about 5 years out. 5 yards out, had an empty net to score in, and it is now Manchester City 2. Copenhagen, Erling Haaland with his trademark celebration walking away. The finger in one ear, the hand out.
Partnering with Sammy SK Football on their YouTube channel.
We are looking to do these broadcasts regularly in the future.
Indeed, don't forget to like and subscribe right here on the Sammy SK Football channel. You can interact with the commentary team by commenting live in the chat on the Sammy SK Football YouTube channel page. We even might give you a mention. I think it's the goodest time as ever to take some of your comments in, as you've already heard from tonight. Barry Swain, what's the latest on the socials, Barry?
Abadov has just said, no, Courtois is just unreal. Missilo, Kalula going for broke. Istanbul. Kate Broom saying Courtois is the man of the match. What a save. He agrees with you guys. Tawanda Zinot Ye Well has said, I'm worried that those substitutions will open up Liverpool's midfield for real to penetrate. Well, they nearly did just now. Hit the like button, subscribe to Sammy SK Football on YouTube. Share us and follow us on Twitter.
Down the right for Everton. He's tackled. Paquetá passes out to Kudus. Kudus strokes a beautiful ball across the West Ham half to Sofal. Sofal crosses the halfway line, plays to Bowen, straight back to the Czech international. And then James Ward-Prowse into the feet of Zuma inside his own half. Jordan Pickford, up on the old Premier League app, has got a yellow card for adopting an aggressive attitude. And we're waiting to see the Mohamed Kudus yellow card come up on the app as well. Pickford's cleared the ball in the meantime, straight out of play. And the West Ham
turned himself into a pantomime villain here by the scene of it. He's getting all sorts of stick from the West Ham fans behind the goal.
West Ham 0, Everton 0. Throw in for West Ham then. Mohamed Kudus also yellow card for adopting an aggressive attitude. So I wonder if that was the push and shove with Pickford he's got the yellow card for, rather than what happened on the floor. Everton player down holding his head inside his own half, so Stuart Atwell's going to have to stop the game here. And it's just got a little bit scrappy in the last 5 minutes or so. 15 minutes remaining in the first half. Half an hour away from kickoffs in 3 Premier League games this afternoon. Aston Villa, Luton, Brighton, Fulham, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. We've got reporters at all of them. We've got commentary on all of them as well. Available online via the BBC Sports website and app. So West Ham free kick. Just inside the Everton half, just beyond the centre circle. Alvarez looks up, tries to flick it down the middle to Paquetá, headed away. Could work out well for an Everton break. Garner releases Calvert-Lewin on the right-hand side. Garner continues his run through the middle. Calvert-Lewin stops, plays back to Jack Harrison. Harrison with a little scoop pass. Calvert-Lewin still there for him. Quite deep though. Patterson to Onana. Onana gets away from Kudus, passes the ball beyond Antonio to Branthwaite. Branthwaite plays it out to McNeil. Bowen always does a fabulous defensive job for West Ham as well as all the attacking stuff. Gets back and wins it. And it comes back to Areola, who slices his clearance straight up in the air away to the right. Bowen's going to battle for that twice. Onana leaps above him, heads it to his left and finds McNeil. McNeil running back towards the halfway line. Being chased by no one now because he's got away from everyone. Tarkowski, good vision. Floats a pass to Mikalenko on the left. Mikalenko looks up, early cross. Calvert-Lewin tries to get a right-footed flick on it. Everton fans away to our right go up for a potential handball. He might have hit Aged's arm, but his arm was in a natural position. And the ball is back inside the Everton half. Comes across to Patterson. Trying to get away from Paquetá. Right under the nose of his manager, Sean Dyche. Dyche points downfield and says release that. Applauds the pass from Patterson, but Cresswell is there first. Plays back to Areola. Bouncing ball, he's miscued that one. Falls to Onana, who can't control it. Cleared away by Sofal. Antonio leaps, flicks it on, and Nathan Patterson has it for Everton.
This has got so scrappy. Since that flare-up with the tackle, you know, it's all gone a bit, like you say, scrappy. Nobody can really get hold of the ball. They're slicing clearances, and yeah, it hasn't been the best quality in the last couple of minutes.
No, Patterson's ball forward to Calvert-Lewin. He's going to try and bring a little bit of that quality. Does well. Great cut back into the box. Doucouré's there. Zuma right behind him. Doucouré trying to turn down by the byline. Looking for the cut back. Cross initially into Zuma. Assistant referee, I think, is unsighted there. And it's the referee who points and says that will be a corner. I think Zuma was just wondering whether the cross had come back off him and then onto Doucouré and out. But it will be a corner to Everton. West Ham 0.
They've been good, Everton. Certainly the last few minutes, you know, like you say, West Ham have been a bit scrappy and they can't get their foot on the ball. But Everton, credit to them, they've been good.
Dwight McNeil just clears any detritus out from amongst the studs of both boots, both hands in the air. Left-footed ball, high one towards the far post, headed down, blocked by Jarrod Bowen, who is pretty much on the goal line. Areola behind him. Good header from Tarkowski, and there is Mikalenko to intercept on the volley inside the West Ham half, and that will go out for a throw-in. In fact, the ball came off Antonio, so that will be an Everton throw. Mikalenko's taken that, tried to play a pass through the legs of a West Ham player. West Ham have it again with Zuma to Sofal. Sofal down the line here to Alvarez. Alvarez chased by McNeil, challenged by Doucouré. Good stuff from Everton, winning the ball high up inside the West Ham half. Doucouré on the left, looking for the cross to Calvert-Lewin. The rebound might come here to Harrison. Couple of touches, tees up the shot and hits it well wide. And behind for the goal kick.
It's just a little bit of lack of quality. Everton, fair play to them, like you say. West Ham taking a few too many touches in midfield, thinking they've got more time. Everton pouncing, winning the ball back, and say it's a shot from the edge of the box, which has probably gone 30 yards over the bar in the end, but it's been much better from Everton for sure.
David Moyes just scribbling a little note on the pad in his hand, head bowed inside the technical area. Jack Harrison with a couple of chances in the game, scored the 1 goal in the win against Bournemouth recently, which is a brilliant finish to take advantage of an opportunity where goalkeeper was well off his line. Didn't have to think with that one, just stroked it and lobbed it into the back of the net. Had a bit more time with both of these chances today and hasn't been able to find the finish. Bowen probably with West Ham's best chance, which he scuffed wide from the ball from Paquetá. That's a good ball over the top for McNeil to chase. McNeil's got a fair bit to do here, collects it wide on the right, Zuma in front of him, chips the cross into the box, headed away by Aguerd, only to the edge of the area. Nana sticks out a leg, Patterson's there for Everton, side puts it across to Mikalenko. Mikalenko's through ball intercepted by Sofal. Jarrod Bowen picks it up inside his own half, fancies a run at Mikalenko here, slides in, gets a toe on the ball and it goes out for a throw into West Ham.
They're just struggling a little bit, West Ham, to get a foothold in it. You know, they're spending a lot of time defending because Everton have, like you said, have really picked up in the last 5 minutes. And then when they do get the ball back to get forward, there's so many numbers defending that they're struggling to get
chip ball from Sofal, nearly found Bowen. Pickford was a long way off his line there and possibly in the wrong place. Bowen nods it down. In the end, Pickford in the right place because he was able to pick it up from the knockdown. For a second there, I just wondered whether Bowen was going to be able to nod it forward and take it around him. West Ham 0, Everton 0. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Ball with Pickford, so he's going to get the boost for the rest of the afternoon. Pickford plays forward, past Antonio. Nana goes running away from Antonio. Calvert-Lewin gets the ball with his back to goal, moves into his own half, and gives Tarkowski a little bit of running to do to go and collect that pass. The rain has started up again in East London here. As Tarkowski lofts it forward, Aguerd heads it down. Cresswell's there, clears to the halfway line. Tarkowski, powerful header back towards Cresswell. One touch from him and finds Aguerd. Aguerd across his own penalty area to Areola, forward to Zuma. Kurt Zuma, ball at his feet looking for options, rolls it to his right to Sofal. Sofal down the right to Bowen. Bowen back to Zuma again. And Zuma again just giving encouragement to trot forward for West Ham. Gets it straight back from Ward-Prowse, then goes for the diagonal, really annoyed with himself because that is a total waste of possession, gives it away.
But he didn't really have any options though, Ali. You know, he's got a lot of time on the ball and that, but there's no West Ham midfielders coming to receive the ball to try and make things happen. And like I say, that's what Zuma's screaming at his midfield now. Alvarez should be there trying to get on the ball to look forward for Kudus in those spaces.
Garner's ball into the box has somehow found Calvert-Lewin, surrounded by 3 West Ham defenders. Eventually they're closing down. Cresswell chips it away. Kudus controls, plays it up the line to Antonio, who's trying to turn it infield to Ward-Prowse. Didn't get the proper contact on the ball. And Everton have it again. Alvarez trying to win it back. West Ham get enough bodies there. Here is Alvarez on the turn. Plays to his right. West Ham fans, you can hear, urging their team to get forward more quickly. Ward-Prowse does have Sofal in space on the right. Now Sofal's come arcing infield quickly. Better touch from Antonio. Lays it off to Kudus. Kudus strokes the ball to his left to Paquetá. Cresswell on the outside. He feeds Cresswell. Cresswell challenged by Patterson. It's cleared. Throw in for West Ham.
It's another chance to get the ball in the box. Just a little bit of lack of quality from Paquetá with the pass, and Everton did well to get back in and defend.
David Moyes in the pre-match interviews, in terms of the selection of Mohamed Kudus, was making that point actually, James, about just possibly improving the quality in the final third when West Ham get in those positions, playing better balls, better passes, possibly better finishes.
Well, there's no doubt he's finding the space. He's always on the move, and as an ex-defender, it's such a hard position to pick up. You know, you don't know whether to go deep with him as a defender, or you're calling your midfielders into mark, and it's just a little bit of lack of quality from West Ham. You know, they're having a bit of possession, but it's all in their own half, and when they're getting, you know, into those vital, you know, final third areas, they're just struggling with a little bit of quality.
One win in the last 5 Premier League games for West Ham. That was the 2-0 win here against Sheffield United. The 2-2 draw against Newcastle. Defeats against Manchester City, Liverpool, and last weekend against Aston Villa. Aguerd's long ball forward. Bowen running through the middle. Mikalenko comes across to cover it and shepherds the ball back to Pickford. Just in terms of that West Ham front line, another option, and David Moyes has mentioned this himself, James. Easy for me to say. Bowen through the middle, possibly at some point during the season.
Yeah,
maybe.
he's mentioned it a couple of times in interviews, and I've spoken to him personally about it. He does fancy bowing through the middle, you know. Whether Gerrard wants to play through the middle, I'm not sure. Are you taking something away from his game if you do play him through the middle? But it's definitely something is in David Moyes' mind that I'm sure West Ham fans will see at some point.
Danny Ings sitting on the bench, of course, for West Ham as well. West Ham 0, Everton 0. Paquetá with a few tricks over on the left. He thought he was fouled by Nathan Patterson, writhing around in agony. Stuart Atwell not interested. Everton bring the ball out. Patterson. Garner thumps it forward. Oh, he's got to be offside, hasn't he? Calvert-Lewin. Flag stays down. For now,
Calvert-Lewin in a second.
Calvert-Lewin lays it off to Garner. Garner 40 yards out in a central position. The move continues for Everton, and still the flag stays down. Mikalenko's ball into the box. Calvert-Lewin with the header from long range. It drifts over the bar, and that is a goal kick for West Ham, and the assistant referee says no offside. Another goal at Hillsborough. Naz Premji.
Sheffield Wednesday 2, Rotherham United 0. Anthony Muzaba, great work, squares it for Michael Smith, couldn't miss. Remember, this is a Wednesday side that hadn't scored for over 10 hours of football. They've got 2 in 36 minutes. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Rotherham United 0.
Kilmarnock 2, Aberdeen 0 in the Scottish Premiership this afternoon. This is West Ham 0. Everton 0. We've got 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Paquetá lays it off to Kudus. Kudus running towards Tarkowski. He's helped out by Onana. Onana stretches in, makes a sliding tackle. Then caught, he's down holding his head, but Stuart Atwell is happy for the game to go on for now. Ward-Prowse challenged by Dwight McNeil, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. I think if Onana was caught in the head, it must have been after he made the slide tackle while he was on the floor. Stray leg possibly from Kudus.
Yeah, I think Kudus, as he's tackled him, has come down and caught him on the back of the head. But yeah, it's Everton. I've got to say are doing really well. You know, they're defending quite deep, and when they get the ball, they look threatening going forward. But West Ham are just struggling to get forward, to get into the positions to create chances. I don't think we've had a clear-cut chance from either team, and it's just that little bit. You know, I've said it a few times now. Just that little bit of quality that's needed to create chances and give the fans something to shout about, because it is quite quiet here now as well.
Lots of endeavour, as you'd expect from these two teams under these two managers, but as James Collins quite rightly says, in terms of quality, Match of the Day 2, BBC One tonight at 10:30. Not sure this is going to be first up, but still plenty of time to go. 3 games kicking off at 2 o'clock, all available as commentaries online, available via the BBC Sport website and app. 5 Live, the place to listen to the Manchester derby this afternoon. Manchester United against Manchester City kicks off at 3:30. In terms of the football on the way in the week, Carabao Cup is back. Exeter Middlesbrough, our commentary game, 7:45 kickoff on Tuesday night. Couple of games on Wednesday for you. West Ham involved in one of them actually. 5 Live commentary of West Ham Arsenal here, kicks off at 7:30. Manchester United Newcastle, commentary of that one will start on Radio 5 Sports Extra, kicks off at 8:15, and then obviously we'll move on to 5 Live during the second half. Throw in for West Ham. Onana waiting to get back onto the field, having gone down with the injury. I'm looking to see where's the referee gone?
It's on the way up the tunnel.
Right, okay. Stuart Atwell, he's talking to someone in the mouth of the tunnel here as we're waiting for the game to get back underway. Now he comes back out onto the field, he gets a thumbs up. The 4th official he's chatting to there, comes over to have a word with Sean Dyche as well. And now Stuart Atwell is back on the field. All very confusing. Cresswell takes the throw and the game is back underway. Here's Ward-Prowse, 10 yards inside the Everton half in a central position. Sean Dyche wants Onana back on the field, but at the moment Stuart Atwell's got his back turned to the action. They can't get him back on the pitch. Ball's gone out for another throw on the right. Sean Dyche has his arms out wide saying, hang on a sec, we've got 10 players out there and Onana's ready to go. Ball played to Paquetá. Alvarez. Cross here to Aguerd, wide to Cresswell. Now he's being waved back onto the field as Alvarez drives the diagonal. Looking for the run of Bowen down the right. Bowen's first time cross meekly into the arms of Jordan Pickford. Another wicket's gone down in the Cricket World Cup. Ellie Oldroyd.
Yes, absolutely brilliant bowling by Mohamed Shami, but Ben Stokes just going for a big swing and clean bowl. So England 33 for 3. India putting the squeeze on here off 8 overs. England 230 is the target.
Thank you, Ellie. Commentary continues over on Radio 5 Sports Extra. Tarkowski inside his own half. Neat touch to Branthwaite, closed down quickly by Kudus. David Moyes comes up on the screen, looking less than pleased, I would say, James.
Yeah, it's not the happiest I've seen him.
No. I think the happiest I've ever seen him would have been at Europa Conference League final.
Yeah, I was having a chat with Kevin Nolan about that the other day. I was a bit concerned that Kevin Nolan couldn't keep up with David Moyes.
Crossing from Mikalenko, Paquetá feeling for a handball against Nathan Patterson as he tried to flick the ball away for West Ham. Assistant referee and referee agree, and that will be a free kick for West Ham. We're approaching the half-time whistle. Not 45 of the most memorable minutes of this Premier League season so far. Jarrod Bowen with one effort for West Ham, which was dragged wide. Probably the best bit of skill in the game, actually, from Paquetá to set that up. And Jack Harrison, best chance he had of the two was a ball he brought to the edge of the penalty area, had Antonio running away to his left-hand side and shot rather tamely straight to Areola. Cresswell trying to play the ball in field to Kudus, who has looked dangerous for West Ham when he's got on the ball. There's Harrison down the line to Doucouré. Doucouré delays his pass, looks across the midfield, finds McNeil. Nice first touch from McNeil, closed down by Ward-Prowse. Midway inside the West Ham half. How many minutes of added time? Do we have 5 minutes of added time? End of the first half here at the London Stadium, up on the big screens at either end of the ground.
There's no doubt Sean Dyche is going to be the happier manager. You know, they look comfortable, Everton. You know, when they're having a chance, they're keeping the ball, stringing passes together, and you know, upsetting West Ham. You know, they're defending well, they're pressing high, they're pressing quickly, and West Ham are struggling to get a grip in the game.
McNeil turns away from Bowen, twisting and turning a couple of times. Mikalenko in support on the left, gets past Bowen. Sofal chases him, still Mikalenko, corner of the West Ham penalty area. Back to McNeil, early cross in towards the header from Anana, who was in between Calvert-Lewin and Jack Harrison closing in on the far post, and he's lofted his header well wide of the target. Goal kick for West Ham. West Ham 0, Everton 0. Talking the podcast offerings available on the BBC Sounds app. I don't know if you had a chance yet to listen to Everton. Nothing will be the same. Story of a tumultuous last season at Everton Football Club. Definitely worth a listen if you've not heard any of that so far. Football Daily podcast, of course, will be there for you as ever tomorrow morning. And Mikhail Antonio, we're watching play today. We'll be back again next week with Callum Wilson on the Footballers Football podcast, with Callum Wilson having scored a couple of goals for Newcastle. I saw him do that at Molineux last night. To take him past some big names, actually, in terms of top goal scorers in the history of the Premier League. West Ham free kick. Oh, Sufal wanted to go quickly. The ball is still rolling, says referee Stuart Atwell. Frustration for West Ham because Mikhail Antonio possibly could have been away there. So Callum Wilson yesterday went past Eden Hazard, Fernando Torres and Carlos Tevez in terms of Premier League goals, with 86 to his name. So he's 14 away from the ton. And the next one he scores, he goes level with Dennis Bergkamp, I noticed as well.
Big names.
Yeah, big names. 3 ahead of Chris Sutton as well.
Why are you smiling when you say that?
Any chance for a jibe, James, as you know. Chris will be there tonight taking the calls on 606 alongside Robbie Savage. Throw in for West Ham. Attacking position on the right. Couple of minutes remaining in the first half. Sheffield Wednesday 2 up on Rotherham in the Championship as Bowen plays it back to Ward-Prowse. Wide here to Sofal. Ward-Prowse again, who in recent weeks has been playing in a slightly deeper role for West Ham, having been able to get forward in early games this season and bag himself a couple of goals. And West Ham have gone from an attacking throw down with the corner flag into their own half, very nearly giving the ball away. Cresswell, though, able to play up the left to Paquetá. Paquetá trying to draw the challenge from Patterson, slides a pass back to Cresswell. Cresswell in turn goes to the goalkeeper Areola.
You can feel a little bit of frustration coming as well in the West Ham fans, like you mentioned it there. West Ham were in the attacking third with a throw in, and they've ended up back with the goalkeeper. So there is a little bit of frustration. You know, the fans no doubt would have been excited before the game. It's one of the most attacking teams David Moyes has picked. So yeah, there's a little bit of frustration that they're not doing more in the game, West Ham.
Well, in the calendar year, West Ham have scored in all 18 home games in all competitions. The last team to to stop them scoring here at the London Stadium was Brentford. Just at the end of last year when Brentford won here by 2 goals to 0, but they've not created much yet this afternoon. Calvert-Lewin comes back to play a ball back to Onana. Onana sees Patterson in space on the right as Everton attack inside the West Ham half. 1 minute of added time remaining at the end of this first half. Diagonal ball which McNeil will chase, but he won't be able to keep in. Sort of sums the first half up a little bit in terms of quality. Misplaced passes, mistakes, poor finishing, not quite been there from either team, and that's why it remains 0-0 with 30 seconds to go. Sofal's throw into the heart of the West Ham midfield, risky one. Kudus has lost it. What can Everton do with it? Garner looking for an, oh my goodness me, for an option. Passes the ball straight out of play. Save me, James.
That sums it up in 2 minutes. A terrible throw from the right back spot from Sofal. Everton win the ball back and just pass it straight back out of play. That pretty much sums this first half up, I think.
West Ham 0, Everton 0. Half-time whistle will blow anytime soon. Tarkowski side foots a first-time pass back to his goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford. West Ham fans will entertain themselves by continuing to boo him. He waits for the half-time whistle before clearing it, and as you were saying, James, I think Sean Dyche, given the fact that Everton are the visitors and where they are in the Premier League, will be happier with that first half.
Yeah, definitely. It's been comfortable, more than comfortable for Everton. Like I said, a lot down to their hard work and like I said, pressing and defending well when they have to. But a lot has come from West Ham's lack of quality. They're struggling, to get 10, 15 passes together. They started the game pretty well, but Everton have, like I said, have been more than comfortable, and we haven't seen a clear-cut chance really from both teams.
Yeah, 0-0 at half-time. I hate to say it, Steve. Premier League Sunday today has started with a little bit of a whimper, but there's plenty of time still to come. Goalless at the London Stadium.
It even just sounds flat, James.
Yeah, and I say that all the time, Steve. The West Ham fans would have been excited by the team that David Moyes has put out today, and it just sort of hasn't got going. We mentioned it a few times in commentary. There's been a real lack of quality, any sort of flair play, and the biggest thing that got the crowd going was a tackle in the middle of the park from Tarkowski. So it has been poor, and like I said, Sean Dyche will definitely be the happier manager, and David Moyes is going to go in to try and get something out of his team in this second half.
Don't think there's anything more to ask, to be honest. After that 45 minutes, he's going to get better, I'm sure, James.
There's not a lot more to answer to, Steve, to be honest.
That's all right. Go get a cup of tea. James Collins, Ali Bruce Ball at the London Stadium, where it is very 0-0. Here at Old Trafford, we have the Manchester derby coming up this afternoon at 3:30. City here at Old Trafford to face United. We've got loads to talk about, so we will tell you everything you need to know ahead of kick-off. We'll have second half commentary before that, of course, from the London Stadium. Let's go back to the Cricket World Cup in India and find out how England's reply is going there. Ellie Oldroyd.
Not very well, Steve. 39 for 4, and Johnny Bairstow has just fallen to Mohamed Shami, who has bowled absolutely beautifully, dismissed Ben Stokes with a horrible shot from Stokes, demolished the stumps, and now Johnny Bairstow has played on for 14. England bowled so well, they fielded so well to restrict India to 229 for 9. 230 looked like a kind of gettable target, but India have excellent bowlers, and this pitch is not easy to bat on by the look of it. And you can probably hear from the background that the crowd noise inside Lucknow, it's just like, well, it's very close to Halloween. It's like a witch's cauldron of noise over there in that bowl-shaped stadium. But England 39 for 4 in the 10th over, chasing 230.
Full commentary on 5 Sports Extra. I tell you what, it might not be luck now, but I bet Hillsborough's sounding good, because after 10 hours without a goal, Wednesdays are coming along like Sheffield Trams, Naz Premji.
They certainly are. Great local knowledge as well. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Rotherham United 0. And after that 10-hour drought, and in some cases, Steve, without a shot in some games, Wednesday have 2. Former Rotherham striker Michael Smith has 2, both made by Anthony Musaba. His shot initially saved, and Musaba cut back to Smith for the first, who rolled home from about 8 yards out. Again, Musaba cut back to Smith, who got the big striker in, and again, Michael Smith making no mistake from about 12 yards out for goal number 2. Rotherham have been woeful. No shots at goal, no shots on target, 39% possession. They have to do better. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Rotherham United 0.
Into stoppage time in Scotland is Kilmarnock 2, Aberdeen 0 in the Premiership. Later on at 3, it's Rangers versus Hearts. Underway in the next 5 minutes. Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest at Anfield, Brighton, Fulham at the Amex, and Aston Villa, Luton at Villa Park. Full commentary of all of those games on the BBC Sport website, and that we'll have more on them, and we'll start the build-up to the Manchester derby after the news with Dan Maudsley.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thousands of people have broken into aid depots in Gaza taking flour and other basic supplies. The UN Relief Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, says it's a worrying sign of civil order starting to break down. Egypt says hundreds of lorries with aid for Gaza are being held up by Israeli inspections at the territory's southern border. The UN Secretary-General has said the situation is getting more desperate by the hour. These people in Gaza explained why they'd taken the supplies.
We have no flour, no aid, no water, not even toilets. Our houses were destroyed. No one cares about us. We needed aid, and we wouldn't have done this if we weren't in need.
We need fresh water. We need food. We're starving. This is totally unfair. Our children can't sleep.
The Israeli Defense Force says it's targeted 450 military targets belonging to Hamas, which is designated as a terrorist organisation by the UK government. On Friday, the IDF intensified its bombardment of Gaza and began a large ground operation. Jordan is calling on both sides to stop the violence that has left thousands dead in Gaza and more than 1,400 dead in Israel. Jordan's Deputy Prime Minister Ayman Safadi has been speaking to BBC News.
Our humanity should not be sacrificed at the altar of proving deterrence or any other action born out of rage and anger, no matter how much that rage is, no matter how the pain is. And again, let me say it clearly, we do recognize the pain that was brought upon Israel by the October 7, but they too need to recognize the pain that's being brought upon Palestinians.
A professional ice hockey player has died after suffering a serious injury during a match in Sheffield last night. Adam Johnson, who was 29 and played for Nottingham Panthers, was cut in the neck by the blade of a skate during a match with the Sheffield Steelers. All Elite Ice Hockey League matches scheduled for today have been postponed. Matthew Perry, who played Chandler in Friends, has been found dead at his home in LA. He was 54. Warner Brothers, which produced Friends, said he was a true gift to us all. And a tornado has damaged several houses and cars in Littlehampton in Sussex. A woman living in the area said her windscreen wipers had been found 2 roads away. No injuries have been reported.
I'm Mark Chapman and welcome to the Monday Night Club. Jim, after last week's show, please cut out all the in-jokes and banter and talk about sport. Honestly, it's really poor.
It turns out if you shout at a kid through a megaphone, they do what they're told.
You absolutely destroyed me. Chris, when you joined Birmingham, what made you pick number 40?
You can't miss the start of something on iPlayer, Chris. That's not how it works.
This could be 2 hours.
What have I got myself in for?
The Monday Night Club. I hope Jim, who emailed about last week's show, is listening today. So join us Monday nights from 7 on 5 Live, BBC Sounds and BBC iPlayer.
This is 5 Live Sport with Steve Crossman. On 5 Live. Listen on BBC Sounds.
And we are live from Old Trafford as we sit here in the Sir Bobby Charlton stand. We have the Manchester derby to come in full at 3:30 this afternoon. As I look opposite me to the Sir Alex Ferguson stand, I can see Sir Bobby in big letters right across it. We will tell you much more throughout the course of the afternoon about how that is going to be marked today. Sir Alex Ferguson heavily involved in that as Manchester United fans have another opportunity to say thank you and goodbye to Sir Bobby Charlton. Some breaking news for you on 5 Live this afternoon. St Johnstone have announced they have parted company with manager Stephen McLean. They were beaten 4-0 by St Mirren yesterday. They haven't won a single game all season. Assistant Liam Craig has also left the club. Alex Cleland is going to take on the first
Sunday session on TalkSport with Now. Stream the Premier League live without a contract from $11.99. Search Now Sports, 18 plus. Stream via internet. Terms apply.
Say hello to Chase, the digital bank that makes every day rewarding.
What does that mean?
Well, you get 1%
welcome to Anfield. Sun shining down on the pitch. This is a game you'd expect Liverpool to win. They're in excellent form, unbeaten at home in a year. Darwin Núñez for Luis Diaz, their only change. For Nottingham Forest, their season has been okay so far, upgraded to good, given after today they'd have played away games at Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea and Manchester City. They revert to 5 at the back, bringing in Moussa Niakhaté and Ola Aina for Chris Wood and Harry Topolo.
We've got Curtis Davis alongside Chris for commentary. Afternoon, Curtis.
Afternoon, Steve. How are you, mate?
I'm very good. I feel like I should ask you a Liverpool question first rather than a Forest one, given your history with Derby County. But, I mean, the first thing that occurred to me is I'm looking at that Liverpool midfield.
Sunday session on TalkSport with Now. Stream the Premier League live without a contract from $11.99. Search Now Sports. 18 plus. Stream via internet. Terms apply.
You lost Milner.
Morrison's More Card exclusives are your ticket to big savings this Halloween.
Alistair, 24 goals. You've got Szoboszlai at 23. Gravenberch 21. So it's definitely brought down the average age, which naturally will bring more energy and more athleticism into that midfield. But they just look great players going forward as well. So I'm excited to watch this game.
And as you heard in the background there, the great applause around Anfield. Every stadium, of course, is marking the life of Sir Bobby Charlton. A minute's applause there. That will be happening up and down the land this afternoon. We also have commentary on the BBC Sport website and app of Brighton versus Fulham at the Amex. Aaron Paul.
Yeah, it's back to reality for Brighton after a historical European night here on Thursday. The beating of Ajax, coupled with an elusive clean sheet. Very satisfying for Roberto De Zerbi, who says that rotation is difficult but needed because of a growing list of injuries. He shuffles his pack and makes 6 changes to Thursday's 11 as his side take on a Fulham who are simply struggling for goals. 8 in their opening 9 games have spurred a rethink and changes from Marco Silva, who's really missing a more purer kind of outlet up top. He welcomes Iwobi and Jimenez into his front line. Harrison Reed slots into midfield. Veltman, Van Heck, Milner, Gilmour, Ansu Fati and João Pedro all drop out for Brighton. In come Igor Julio, Webster, Daoud, Lallana, Baleva and Evan Ferguson on a rainy, grey, miserable
weekend with only Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ryan Gravenberch,
and our third 2 o'clock kickoffs are presumed.
Native Colombia. His mother has now been found safe and well, however his father is still missing, so as you'd expect, Luis Diaz not in the squad today, and I send all my thoughts to him and his family and friends and the hope for the safe return of his father. So Nottingham Forest then, as I said, turning into the draw experts. Last time out a 2-2 draw at home to Luton that I'm sure Steve Cooper was ruining after they led 2-0 against the Premier League new boys before giving up 2 goals to end up with just a point. And the double blow for him, the double goal scorer last week, the New Zealander Chris Wood picked up a hamstring injury in training during the week, so he is not in the squad this afternoon. It's 2 changes for Cooper ahead of today's game from that game against the Hatters last week. Coming into the starting lineup in place of Harry Tofolo at right back is Ola Aina, while they're going to shore up at the back in the absence of Wood, which I'm sure was the intention anyway this afternoon. And that sees Moussa Niakhaté come into the lineup. So the lineups in full then today. I'll start with Liverpool in goal. They've Alisson. Across the back then is Trent Alexander-Arnold, the captain Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate and Kostas Tsimikas, of course, the long-term absence ahead of Andy Robertson. And then in midfield then, Gravenberch will be partnered by Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai, while that front 3 sees Diogo Jota and Mohamed Salah, who come off the bench on Thursday night to add the 5th goal in that victory. They'll partner Darwin Núñez, so all 3 of Liverpool front line scoring during the week, and of course Salah scoring both in the derby last weekend. So for Forest, as I said, it looks like a back 5 or potentially a 3 with wing backs, but in goal they've the American international Matt Turner. Those wing backs then are Ola Aina and Niakhaté, while in the middle then you'll see Serge Aurier, the captain, along with Willy Boly and Murillo. That could always change throughout the evening, of course. Then the holding midfielders Orel Mangala and Ibrahim Sangare, while Nicolas Dominguez and Morgan Gibbs-White will look to give support to Anthony Elanga, the Swede who has been a getting the City ground faithful out of their seats so far this season. He looks like he's going to be leading the line. So we've had a moment of applause here at Anfield, and a really nice one, as it's in memory of two key figures at Liverpool's two biggest rivals. And that was in memory of the late Bill Kenwright, the Everton chairman, who passed away last week, and also of the late Sir Bobby Charlton, who passed away last Saturday. So to say, it is watery autumnal sunshine here on this early afternoon kick-off here at Anfield. Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. Our referee today, Chris Kavanagh, ready to get us underway. Diogo Jota standing over the ball. It's actually Dominic Szoboszlai now standing over the ball. The yellow ball. We're into the winter ball season now, and we are underway here at Anfield. I'm Mark Strange for Flash Score UK. Is Liverpool all in red, attacking from left to right, up against Nottingham Forest, and they're changed over white shirts, sky blue shorts and socks. Liverpool immediately on the attack towards the Kop end here. McAllister, but Tsimikas loses that one to Mangala, and Forest will try and come away down the right hand touchline. It's a ball for Elanga to chase, but Van Dijk, as he so often does, makes that look easy and rolls it back to Alisson, the Brazilian all in black, who's back in the starting lineup after getting a rest himself during the week with Kevin Kelleher in goal against Toulouse. And now here is Konate to Szoboszlai, since the Hungarian international since joining from RB Leipzig has been a real revelation. That's a loose pass there by Alexander Arnold, but unlike him, and Forrest trying to go forward, but Tsimikas blocks the pass from Gibbs White, who has to send all the way back to his goalkeeper Matt Turner, all in yellow, under pressure from Nunez, but Bowley will get it away, and there's a loose pass. And here's Connor inside his own half for Liverpool. 1-2 with Szoboszlai. Now here's McAllister to Szoboszlai. Liverpool moving forward here. Salah on the right wing here, approaching the penalty area. Salah, Nunez drops to the edge of the box. Challenge with Dominguez. Still going Nunez, and the challenge in the end from Anya. We'll put that one out for a throw-in to Liverpool, right in the right-hand corner. Miss as Alexander Arnold gets a cross in, dealt with by Bowley, sort of, but Murillo in the end has to clear away. And in the end it'll come back into the gloves of Matt Turner, who player, or indeed an official, falls to the turn. Well, got a jeer from the home fans, and he boots it long. Gives White challenge with Van Dijk, and that's flicked on, and Van Dijk has to get there ahead of Elanga, the young Swede on loan from Manchester United. Sorry, signed permanently from Manchester United, my apologies. There's Salah, and that's really strong defending by Murillo, the Brazilian. Just holding off Salah there and poking the... Big strong man is Murillo, and well, it's actually come off Salah in the end there. The linesman changing his mind. A wry smile from the Egyptian. He's had 3 goals in 2 games for him after the double against Everton last Saturday, and then adding the 5th with what was almost the last kick of the game on Thursday night here. Liverpool's home fans getting plenty of value for money this week anyway, seeing their team play at home 3 times. And here's Alexander Arnold in the centre circle, 1-2 with McAllister. And then looks up for Konate, who'll...
It just does not want to cross the ball. He wants to score goals. He wants to score the best or the perfect goal every single time he picks the ball up. And then you've got Anthony, who's been in and out of the team because of disciplinary reasons. Obviously, he missed a couple of games as well.
he doesn't like crossing the ball. Likes to cut in on his left foot, he likes to take shots. Rasmus Højlund stands there, and you can see the frustration in his body language at times, but when the ball goes up to him, he holds the ball up as good as I can think, and he will score goals for Manchester United.
Okay, so in which case, my next question must be, so why is that allowed to be a problem for so long? At some point, someone's got to intervene, probably the manager, and either make a change to the team or instruct those players to give him more of the ball.
Well, it comes down, I think, to the balance of the team, and the balance of the team has been wrong right from the first game of the season. I was here then against Wolverhampton Wanderers, a better side, a more confident side in front of goal would have won that game.
Scotsman now out until probably around Christmas or New Year at least, with a dislocated shoulder, suffered international duty. It's now up to him. He's the number one, but he's going to leave it in the end now for Alexander Arnold. He'll take a right-footed out swinger, and it's going to bobble into the gloves of Mark Turner. And it was Jota, not the biggest man in the box, but the Portuguese international was the one who got ahead onto that one, but couldn't trouble the American goalkeeper there for Forest. Ball over the top of Van Dijk, and Jota got above Anya, his marker there, but the header down into the ground, couldn't trouble Turner. Side foot volley that one forward. Good header won there by Anya. Now the ball's in behind here for Alanga, and he slots it past the post. Oh, goodness me, Anthony Alanga. Well, I think the offside flag has gone up laterally against him, but he got in behind there a little bit too easy for Liverpool's liking. His finish in the end, he dragged it past the post. Yeah, he's offside. I don't think he's actually anticipating the pass to come to him there, Anthony Alanga, but bit of a scare there for Liverpool regardless. Now Konate 1-2 with Darwin Núñez. The sun shining strongly on the goal that Alisson is defending. Liverpool in the shadows here towards the cop end. Salah, nice ball there to Szoboszlai into that corner again. Tracked by Sangare again. And a good tackle by Dominguez will rob Salah, and he plays a 1-2 with Elanga and will try and escape, and is fouled by Konate midway inside his own half, so Forest have a bit of breathing room to clear this ball. So just approaching 10 minutes here at Anfield. It's Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 0. You're listening to live unofficial Premier League commentary here on Flash Score UK with me, Mark Strange. See if Liverpool sitting in fourth at the minute. A victory here as Jota runs into Bowley, and the ball will deflect back to Turner. But a victory here for Liverpool would at least temporarily put them above Manchester City into third. Of course, the Manchester derby kicking off probably just around the time this game ends. Probably kicked off actually before full time here, 3:30 kick-off in that one. It's another one you can hear live on Flash Score UK. Now here's Elanga and Van Dijk having a foot race, but the ball will beat them both to the byline in front of the travelling Forest fans in the lower end of the Anfield Road end. The upper part of which, of course, getting an extension which was supposed to be finished in time for last week's derby, but it looks like it won't be ready now until the new year. So that sits empty up above that stand. Here's Gravenberch, left hand side, midway inside the Forest half, cutting infield and uses Szoboszlai. Here he comes, Szoboszlai now, left hand corner of the box to Simicas, back to Szoboszlai. He's got room to hit one, he dances round Bowley, he's still going, oh, it's past in the end to nobody, and Dominguez gets it away. Szoboszlai with good footwork there. He's liable to hit one from the edge of the box too, but he decided he'd try and get a little closer to goal there, and when he tried to lay it off, they laid it off to nobody in particular in the end, and Forest were able to mop up. Liverpool dominating the ball here so far in the opening 11 minutes, but anytime Matt Turner has had any work to do, it was about a weak Diogo Jota ahead of Nice Gravenberch, who skips past Bowley, but he's going to be pushed off that one in the end by Mangala, and then he's fouled by Gravenberch as he tries to escape the Belgian there. And again, Liverpool grant Forest an easy out there, and a whistle from referee Chris Kavanagh blows. That'll be Niakate, as I said, come into the side today. A bit of a reshuffle with the absence of Chris Wood. Turner slips again, maybe time to check the studs, but he still manages to pick a nice pass out to Anya on the left-hand touchline. Back now to Murillo, and it appears now that Forest have settled in this game. The back three really is going to be this man Willy Boley, Niakate and Murillo, with Aurier and Anya as the wing backs. Mangala and Sangare in midfield as there's another offside flag against Forest. There's Alanga. And then Dominguez and Gibbs White trying to offer support to Anthony Alanga up front. On the bench today for Forest, they've a couple of ex-Liverpool men, Nico Williams and Taiwo Awoniyi, despite the Nigerian never making a first-team appearance here at Anfield. He's finding his way to Nottingham Forest via a stint in Germany with Union Berlin. There's a ball from Kanate trying to split the Forest defence for Jota, just a little bit too long for him though, but good vision from the big French defender there. There's another one into the sunshine in front of the Forest fans, you're all, and the Liverpool fans in that Anfield Road end, all standing with the hands over the eyes, trying to squint into the sunlight to see what's going on as the sun shines over the top of the Kop stand at the far end. The Liverpool are attacking towards now. Gravenberch, Jota, left hand corner of the box. Simicast getting forward. Back to McAllister, around 30 yards out. Good pass, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch, heavy touch, and Dominguez will smash it clear down the pitch now for throw in near halfway. So Liverpool trying to play some neat link up in the edge of the box, but Gravenberch's heavy touch letting him down. Van Dijk has the ball. And now it's Alexander Arnold in the centre circle, and of course a right back by trade, but we've seen him for Liverpool and England venture into midfield, and he seems to be doing that more and more freely for Jurgen Klopp's men. Here's Salah, not much from him down the right, and he links up the Szoboszlai though into the corner. He'll go back to Konate and 1-2 with Alexander Arnold on the right hand side, midway inside the Forest half now. Liverpool going backwards. Alexander Arnold pings one cross field looking for Tsimikas, but a good header there in the end from Serge Aurier getting up front. The Ivorian, formerly of Tottenham of course, wearing the captain's armband this year for Nottingham Forest. A pass from Alexander Arnold, beautiful crossfield ball. He will drop into that midfield or even from right back, almost like an NFL style quarterback, and just ping the long passes. He's great range of passing on him. And here's Simicast on the left hand side, plenty of room for him. Gibbs White now comes over to face up to him, and there's Alexander Arnold again in midfield. Back to Konate in the centre circle. Liverpool happy to build patiently. Now Salah on the right, faced up by Anya, tries to chip it past him, blocked, but it'll come back to him, and now Szoboszlai. Konate again in the centre circle, left to Van Dijk. Forest, well, you can see by their formation at the beginning, they're out to frustrate Liverpool, and they have so far. McAllister long range effort drags it wide, and well, Steve Cooper will be more than happy if that's what he's going to limit Liverpool to this afternoon. They're here to frustrate. The last time Liverpool suffered a defeat at home to Nottingham Forest back in 1978, back whenever these two were the cream of the crop in English football, winning leagues and European Cups galore between them. Those late 70s, early 80s, glorious time for both these sides. Both have fallen a bit in harder times, but not so much as Forest. Now here's Nunez coming forward. Niakate gets a toe in. Gravenberch tries to recover, but nothing doing. And there's an advantage play. Dominguez now has Alanga stayed on side this time, doesn't matter. Allison comes out of his box anyway, and Mulry does he clear. He plays a lovely pass to Szoboszlai, who then tries to search for a man forward. There was Jota, and Turner has to come out, and then he immediately bowls it out. So no messing about here from either side. Allison's clearance was lovely. It just was more of a pass than a clearance, and there's Alanga trying to get in behind again, but Van Dijk can intercept. And again, like I said, you can see Forest are here to frustrate, and Anthony Alanga up front is absolutely there to try and cause Konate and Van Dijk problems with his pace. There's a ball from Salah looking for Alexander Arnold, but Murillo can see it out for a goal kick. So, said both these sides, top dogs in English and often European football in the late 70s, early 80s. And Nottingham Forest spending much, in fact up until last year, all of the 21st century in the second tier. Their game here, when they played last year, both these sides was the first time they faced each other since an FA Cup tie in 1999, and it was 2 years before that since they played each other in the Premier League. Liverpool won this game 3-2 in April earlier this year, towards the tail end of last season. That was after Forest had recorded an historic 1-0 win at the City Ground earlier in the year. Here's Gaza in midway inside the Forest half, right on the left touchline. Now it's with Konate around 35 yards from goal. That's time to size up his options and rolls it right to Alexander-Arnold. The vice-captain this year wore the captain's armband during the week against Toulouse. Here's Alisson up to the halfway line there, offering himself as another option, as he so often does. Van Dijk with the quarterback-style pass now is nodded down by Tsimikas and finds Gravenberch in the left corner for Liverpool. McAllister left-hand corner of the box, goes to ground under challenge by Elanga, no foul given, and Elanga's clearance ricochets off the Argentinian out for a goal kick. So Andy Elanga back doing some good defensive work there, and no free kick coming for Liverpool. 18 minutes gone, unofficial Premier League commentary here on Flash Score UK with me, Mark Strange. Thanks for joining me this Sunday afternoon on Merseyside. It's goalless here between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. There's a long ball goal kick there from Turner. It's bobbling around in the midfield, and eventually Szoboszlai will take it under his control and up over halfway from the Hungarian. Nice 1-2 with Salah, and then Shotland plays the return pass short, but Forest are determined to play themselves in the trouble here. Anya almost falling over in his own penalty area, still not clear under pressure of Alexander-Arnold. He does get it clear, and he's caught late by Alexander-Arnold, and that's a free kick to Forest. Deep in the left-hand corner, but Ola Anya nearly made things very difficult for himself and his side there. Nice clearance to the left foot, Alexander-Arnold trying to slide in to block it, and caught the Nigerian international, and in fact he is going to get his way into Chris Kavanagh's notebook, the first booking of the afternoon for Trent Alexander-Arnold on 19 minutes. Now he did have some words to say to the linesman who originally flagged for the foul, so perhaps it's more, is it for that as opposed to the foul itself? But either way, the Liverpool right back is the first man in Chris Kavanagh's notebook this afternoon. Turner, a booming long kick from the free kick headed away by Konate. Liverpool dominating possession in the opening 20 here, but struggling to create any chances of note. McAllister loses that one. Now here's Dominguez, has Elanga and gives White ahead of him, uses Elanga, looks for Dominguez again, but Konate just bumps him off, and in fact he's going to be adjudged that the Argentinian Nicolas Dominguez fouled Ibrahima Konate in the edge of his own box. So Liverpool not messing around, quick to get things going again. There's McAllister, Szoboszlai, plenty of touches for the Hungarian so far. He gives it out on the right wing for Salah, faced up at Anya, tries to get past him, poke pass comes off him, Nunez goes to ground. At the very least it's a corner for Liverpool. Nunez and Murillo were going for that ball as it trickled towards the goal line, and Nunez ended up on the floor. Salah's ball through is deflected, and it was between, well, he actually got in between Murillo and Niakate there, Nunez. Bit of a sandwich between the two Forest defenders, but nothing given. But Liverpool do have a corner kick here, their third of the game, and it comes from Alexander-Arnold again. Good header away though by Mangala. Gravenberch will spin it back out there to Tsimikas. Left-footed delivery from him towards the back post. Van Dijk swings at one, takes a complete air shot as Willy Boly fell in front of him, perhaps obscuring his judgment there. Van Dijk will go in the left-hand corner and pick it up and chips it past Alexander-Arnold, who drills one hard. Oh, a block with the head of one of the Forest defenders. I can't see who it is, but he stayed down, and referee must stop this one. Good grief, it's Ibrahim Sangare, who I don't think he knew much about it, but he blocked a rasping drive there from Alexander-Arnold with his face. In fact, it was the top of his head. He ducked down into it. That is going to hurt. And, well, they're surely going to have to take all precautions with him here with a head injury. He stayed down holding his head, and the Forest medics only now permitted to come onto the pitch. That's going to be a really sore one. Alexander-Arnold smashed that one goal bound. And Sangare, another Ivorian, ducking down to get his head onto that one to block it as it went goal bound. And he'll certainly be feeling that one, but as I said, if this were a rugby match, you would certainly be having him off the side of the pitch for a head injury assessment, but no such protocol exists in football. That you do see the Forest medic just saying, yeah, you can see from his hands and his lip reading, you know, as your head spinning, tell him just to stay down for a bit. So perhaps Sangare is feeling maybe a little bit concussion symptoms. He's a little bit woozy as he's helped to his feet by the two medics. And he's going to go off at least, as you have to whenever you receive treatment, but it looks like he may continue. Brave block by the Ivorian Ibrahim Sangare. He's still holding his head here as he walks off, so I don't know, maybe that's the cautiousness in me, and I wouldn't be too quick to be returning him to action. He's also problem with his neck, as you said, if you duck down there like that, your neck may get compressed, anything like that, but we shall see if Sangare is brought back into action. Either way, it's a drop ball to Liverpool as they were in possession when Chris Kavanagh rightly stopped play to allow Sangare to get treatment. So now McAllister midway inside his own half, sorry, inside the Forest half. Kouyaté. Now Nunez into the right hand corner, chased in there by Dominguez and Anya, trying to dance his way out, but runs into trouble. But Anya's clearance doesn't go very far, and it's a throw at Liverpool on the edge of the 18-yard box, and it does look like Sangare is going to be allowed back on here. Well, despite what I might think, the Nottingham Forest medical professionals have allowed him back on here. Here's McAllister to Alexander Arnold, right hand corner of the penalty area. Delivers was left for one's whipping ball in over the top of Nunez and Szoboszlai, and well caught by Matt Turner. So Liverpool being frustrated so far here by Nottingham Forest, who, as I said from the start, you can see from their line-up and their setup that they were out to frustrate, and they have so far. Drawn 4 of their last 5. The only other one was a defeat to Manchester City, which in actual fact means their last victory. Ooh, Turner heavy touch there. Jota nearly got in. He does get it away, but not very convincingly, and Salah picks it up midway inside the Forest half. Back now with McAllister. Now to Szoboszlai, right hand corner of the penalty area. Delivers a good ball, right footed, headed over the bar by Niakate into the Cox. That's a corner kick to Liverpool. Another corner for them. That's Matt Turner's poor clearance, although it could have been a lot worse, and Jota nicked it off him before he cleared it. So say Forest's last victory came in a 1-0 victory at Stamford Bridge on the 2nd of September. And there's the delivery from Szoboszlai over Salah. Not a great clearance though by Aurier, but in the end Gibbs White was back there and swipes it clear. 25 minutes gone, and that's the first I think I mentioned his name, Morgan Gibbs White. Such an influential player for Steve Cooper's men. Alexander Arnold now to Szoboszlai on halfway and back into the sunlight for Konate and into the box for Allison. About 2/3 of the pitch anyway is under the shadow of the stands here at Anfield, but the autumnal afternoon sunshine does come over the top of the Kop stand and leaves Allison's penalty area and a little bit more in the sun, which means he's squinting, as are the fans behind that goal in the Anfield Road end. Konate now to Van Dijk in the centre circle. McAllister, Liverpool's passing has been good so far, though he made Tsimikas take a couple of steps back to get that one. Now here's the Greek international. 1-2 with McAllister and then back again, but there's always a white and blue shirt there. They're never too far and not letting Liverpool play. Here's Salah now down the right hand side, faced up by Anya. In line with the edge of the penalty area, has Szoboszlai for company and uses him. Hungarian goes back to Konate. Van Dijk, 3 shots to 0 so far. That shows not much goal-mouth action here. Tsimikas now Gravenberch on the left-hand touchline line with the 18-yard box, rolls it back in field to McAllister. Salah on the edge of the box, flicks on looking for Gravenberch, but it's going to go through Turner. He spills it, but he gets there before Jota could. That's nice from Liverpool there, just the return ball a little bit long for Gravenberch, and Niakate was able to shield the ball and allow Turner to grasp it at the second attempt. Now here's back with Niakate. Can Forrest hold on to the ball for a bit under pressure from Nunez? He clips it left-footed straight to Jurgen Klopp. That's dreadful from Niakate. Any hope of Forrest keeping possession there immediately gone. So have another look at this one here. Gravenberch, who has been very good recently, instead finding his feet in a Liverpool shirt, linking up with McAllister and then trying to get on the end of Salah's neat flick on, but just a little bit too much juice on it from Salah. Now here he is on the right again. Alexander-Arnold to McAllister, and now Van Dijk in the centre circle. Salah. Szoboszlai gets to the byline, gets a cross in, cleared by Bowley, and picked up by Gibbs White, who dances away from Alexander-Arnold but loses out McAllister. Gravenberch looking for Jota, well read though by Aurier, and he clears. Van Dijk will nod it down away from Elanga, and now Konate. Szoboszlai on the right wing, in front of his manager, just inside the Forest half. Now back inside their own half with Van Dijk in the centre circle. Tsimikas back into the sunshine to his goalkeeper, maybe just trying to get him involved because Alisson has had, I was going to say next to nothing to do, but he has had nothing to do as we approach the half-hour mark here at Anfield. It's Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 0. You're listening to live, unofficial Premier League commentary here on Flash Score UK with me, Mark Strange. Pleasure to have you with me this afternoon as Salah tries to play it down the line, but Anya deflects it out for a throw-in. Back with the mercurial Egyptian again, plays a 1-2 with Alexander-Arnold before getting it back from Konate. He tries to get a ball free for Nunez. The defender slipped Nunez into the back post and a save by Turner. And it was Murillo slipped there just at the wrong moment and allowed Darwin Nunez in. It was a tight angle, he went for goal, and Matt Turner made the save. A nice ball there from Salah, which Murillo looked like he was going to deal with comfortably. But his slip allowed the effort from Nunez, and Turner's forced into a smart save. Corner now will be a left-footed in-swinger from Tsimikas. Right hand into the air, here it comes. Right on top of the goalkeeper, and the header is over from Nunez. Not quite unmarked, but he got up well above his marker there, about 8 yards out, but couldn't steer the header downwards. And he puts it over the bar. And Nunez with 2 chances there, both spurned. Well, he did sort of, he got in between Sangare and Murillo. Almost looked like looking at each other like, do you marking him? Was I marking him? And there wasn't really much communication there, but Nunez couldn't take advantage. It was a perfectly weighted corner from Kostas Tsimikas. But Darwin Nunez, who won the corner, forcing the save from Turner, puts his header into the cup. Turner long as the clock hits half an hour here now at Anfield. Now it's broken behind for Dominguez, but well read there by Alexander-Arnold. A fortunate deflection had put that into the path of Dominguez, but Alexander-Arnold read it well and nudged it back to his goalkeeper. And here's Salah in the centre circle. Gives it away. Aurier and Gibbs White linking up here now. Here's Gibbs White down the right hand side now. First time Forrest has come forward. He's getting to the byline, faced up by Tsimikas, tries to cut in field, but Gravenberch is there to mop up, and he'll pass to Tsimikas. Back to Gravenberch, and Liverpool, the first bit of defending they've had to do, and they do it pretty successfully, although Tsimikas gives that away to Aurier, who nips in ahead of Jota. Now Niakate and Murillo in the centre circle. Murillo dancing around a couple of Liverpool defenders, but gets a bit ahead of himself, loses it to McAllister, and now it's 3-on-2 at the back here for Forrest. Salah approaching the penalty, has Nunez and Jota, uses Nunez, hits one, saved by Turner, to Jota, he will score, he does! Liverpool take the lead on 31 minutes, Diogo Jota slams home the rebound into the unguarded net, after Darwin Nunez forces a save from Matt Turner. A lightning fast counter-attack there from Liverpool. They had the numbers, 3-on-2 at the back, and they do in the end. They get the goal, and a lovely touch there from Jota as he holds up a Luis Diaz shirt. All his teammates obviously thinking about him at this horrendously traumatic time for the Colombian. But Diogo Jota delights Anfield, Liverpool being frustrated in the opening half hour, but in 31 minutes they take the lead. It was Murillo, he got a little bit too far ahead of himself there, got past a couple of Liverpool defenders, then gave it away to McAllister. That meant though that Murillo was out of position, and McAllister finds Salah 3-on-2. He gave it to Nunez, his shot, hard, saved by Turner, who couldn't turn it around the post. Only could bring it straight to Diogo Jota, who was able to slam home into the empty net from 6 yards. And after 31 minutes, it's Liverpool 1, Nottingham Forest 0. And a clear message, that one's for you, Luis. All his teammates are thinking about it.
Benvenuti a Subito. I tuoi occhi meritano cura. Lenti per occhiali.
Squaring it back across goal, where Darwin Nunez got there ahead of everyone in a white and blue Forest shirt and diverted it into the roof of the net in front of the Cobb from no more than 2 or 3 yards. Couldn't miss. And that's 2-0 to the Reds, with just under 10 plus stoppage time to go in the first half here at Anfield. And Darwin Nunez, who did score on Thursday night, but he also had that comical miss, which in the end Ryan Gravenberch did score from the rebound to save his blushes, but he really couldn't have missed that one. 2 yards out, and he just steered it into the roof of the net. Now Liverpool a bit more confidence. They've been frustrated at the opening half hour, but they've stuck to their game plan and it's worked. Forest now trying desperately back in it. Anya gets it past Alexander-Arnold, but too long for Alanga, and Allison will mop up and pick it up just on the edge of his box. So Steve Cooper, well, he'd have been maybe hoping against hope that his side could have got in at the break level, but I think now he'd be happy if they just got in at 2 goals down. Van Dijk now to Tsimikas on the left-hand touchline. Gravenberch almost falls over and invites the tackle from Aurier. It's a throw-in to Jurgen Klopp's men on halfway, which Tsimikas will take and goes back to Virgil van Dijk, the Liverpool captain. He opens it up now to Konate and Salah. Salah, nice ball to Szoboszlai, and now he hops away there. I think Murillo has stood on his toe, and Liverpool fans will be hoping that's all it is. I didn't quite see what had happened there. Yeah, he's back. He's not too bad now. Let's have another look at that one. Oh yeah, that's going to hurt, particularly on a fairly cold afternoon. Studs on the top of the foot. And now it's a free kick to Liverpool, around 10 yards from the sideline. Perhaps around between 25 and 30 from goal. And it's going to be Tsimikas' left foot and Alexander-Arnold's right foot that are over this one. Alexander-Arnold delivers right-footed. Good header away there by Willy Boly. Comes back to Tsimikas. Outside left there, Szoboszlai delivers it deep into the box, too deep, and it'll take 1 bounce into the Kop. So 38 minutes gone here at Anfield. Now it's with McAllister, right hand corner of the box, to Salah. Back to Szoboszlai. Liverpool keeping the ball in the middle. There's Szoboszlai, 1-2 to McAllister. Liverpool, their tight passing is really good. Now it's with Jota on the left wing. Nice touch, Gravenberch hits one on the edge of the box, forces Turner into a good save. Doesn't turn it behind him. Jota's there again on the byline on the edge, left hand side of the penalty. He cuts in on his right foot. Szoboszlai left footed, another save by Turner. It's going to come back again, this time to Tsimikas. Left footed delivery from him, and Nunez puts it over the bar. Well, in fact, it was a Forest player got up in front of Nunez to put it over the bar. Matt Turner making some good saves there, but none of them he could turn behind. And Liverpool just kept coming, and eventually now it's going to be a corner kick to the home side, and the American forced into some sprawling saves there. One of them from a nice left-footed low effort by Szoboszlai that was destined for the corner. That's going to be a left-footed outswinger from Tsimikas. Here it comes. Headed away well by Aurier. Gravenberch picks it up on the edge of the box, challenges with Gibbs White, but will nod it out left to McAllister. And then Tsimikas left-hand side, 18 yards from goal. Delivery in, hooked away by Sangare, and Tsimikas will pick it up on the left-hand side. 40 minutes gone here at Anfield. Liverpool 2, Nottingham Forest 0. Live unofficial Premier League commentary here on Flash Score. Gravenberch to Nunez, Dominguez closing him down and winning the ball back, and then Nunez fouls Dominguez and a free kick to Forest. Worth noting as well there in the build-up to all those corner kicks, we didn't get a chance to say it, there's a banner for Paul McHugh, who was very sadly passed away last Saturday after coming home from attending the Merseyside derby, a Liverpool season ticket holder. And he passed away aged just 37. A young father, and really heartbreaking news that is. So good, nice tribute there from the Kop. Alexander-Arnold now to Gravenberch, who loses out. Jota's digging in there, and it'll break for McAllister, 30 yards out. He's going to stride forward and clip one in there, looking for Jota. It'll break for Tsimikas. He's going to go for a bicycle kick. Ooh, not too far away. What an effort by Kostas Tsimikas in the end, but it's hooked over the crossbar and into the Kop. Really didn't trouble Turner in the end. As we're now 3.5 minutes of the 45 remaining here at Anfield. Matt Turner sends that one long down the right hand side. Elanga. Midway inside Liverpool half, Sangare, nice 1-2 there with Mangala, and then he goes to ground on a challenge from Gravenberch. Advantage play though. Forest get to the byline here, cut back, and it's going to be their first corner of the game as Gibbs White's cross is turned behind by Ibrahima Konate. And something for those Forest fans behind the goal to cheer about. And Morgan Gibbs White will come over and take this one, so it gets the big men at the back here for Forest a chance to stride forward. They haven't had that really all day. It's going to be a right-footed outswinger from Gibbs White in front of the Anfield Road end here. Try and get Forest back into this one. It would be against the run of play, in fairness. There's his delivery. It's a good one. Van Dijk rises highest and clears, and Szoboszlai volleys it on further. Nunez go try and get there before Mangala. Mangala goes to ground, and a free kick given, and lucky it was, because that was another 3-on-2. Had Chris Kavanagh not blown for that one, Nunez adjudged to have fouled him. The big Uruguayan not so sure, but it's a free kick right on halfway for Forest, just on the right hand side nonetheless. Still had a good bit of the pitch to go before they were down on Matt Turner's
football here for you. Manchester United versus Manchester City, live to Premier League EPL football match of the guys left because the Manchester
Gibbs White, he'll chip that one in towards the edge of the box, the line of white and red shirts there. Willie Bolly wins the header, drops down for Dominguez, or Murillo, sorry it was, who swipes at it, a really poor effort, and Allison actually has to go and retrieve it from outside his penalty area towards the left corner flag. There's Gravenberch. Tsimikas and Van Dijk midway inside his own half. Szoboszlai to Konate inside his own half.
Very importantly, but under dramatic circumstances,
Van Dijk to Konate again. We'll see very shortly here what's out of time. We'll have at the end of this first half. Liverpool just keeping the ball here midway inside their own half.
at least the teams that
Alexander Arnold back to Konate. They're maybe just going to have to keep the ball right up until the referee's whistle.
Let's say going to play out here. Manchester City as well also. It's been back-to-back victories for them.
Van Dijk out to the left for Tsimikas.
So Roach came back into the side and things have turned around for Manchester City.
Konate again. Liverpool, it looks like they are going to be keeping a proud home record going. They haven't lost in any, they're unbeaten in the last 16 games at home, 13 of those are wins. They plays a poor pass to Alexander Arnold, but he recovers and goes back to his goalkeeper. We have 4 minutes added on here at the end of the first half. Perhaps some of that for the treatment for Orel Mangala. Now here's Szoboszlai coming forward towards the penalty area. Pass through, intercepted by Murillo, and Willy Bolly will flick it away. Back with him now, that's a poor pass given away to Jota midway inside the Forest half. Now he's approaching the penalty. Jota looking for Gravenberch, but too many Forest shirts in the way, and Mangala comes away, skips past the challenge of McAllister, and now gives Anya a chance to stretch his legs down the left. Now Alanga, good tackle by Alexander Arnold. Old rebound for Anya in front of his manager Steve Cooper, who had been happy with the first 30 minutes here, but since then Liverpool have turned the screws on Forest, got 2 goals inside 5 minutes. Niakate, poor pass, but a good turn by Murillo away from Salah and then away from Nunez. There's Boley approaching halfway. Sangare clips it down the right hand touchline for Aurier to get to, faced up by Tsimikas. Goes back to Gibbs White, good footwork from him. Can't get his cross in, and he'll give it to Aurier, right hand corner of the box. He does get a cross in towards the back post where Alanga was. It's too long for him, and it'll bounce into those Forest fans behind the goal. Really, that's about the height of the excitement so far for the visitors, who came here to try to frustrate and did in the opening half hour, but in terms of going forward, I haven't seen much to suggest that, even though it's only 2-0 at the break, I haven't seen much to suggest that they may have anything to offer in this second half to try and bring it back. Liverpool again just happy to roll the ball around inside their own half with Konate. Salah to Nunez. Szoboszlai. Back to Salah on the right wing, and I think Liverpool might be just happy just to roll this ball around at half time. McAllister clips on forward to Tsimikas left hand side. Jota left hand corner penalty area. He's international, goes back to his cap. Virgil van Dijk, McAllister, foiled there by Mangala, and that's certainly within shooting range there. Mangala's already on a book. I don't think he's in any danger of getting a second one there, that's for sure, but just leaning the shoulder into Alexis McAllister slightly, who's a bit of pain on the ground there. Yeah, he sort of put his forearm across McAllister. Unintentional, but you can see where that would hurt, and then he adds insult to injury, falling on top of the Argentinian midfielder. So, free kick here with a minute of the 4 added on to go. Matt Turner lining up his wall, leaning up against his right post. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red shirts around this one discussing who'll take it, so trying to keep the element of surprise perhaps for Forest. It's around between 25 and 30 yards from goal, I would say, is my estimates. So you've got Nunez and Salah seem to walk away, so it's now you've got Alexander Arnold, Szoboszlai and Tsimikas all still around it, so all of them more than capable of hitting a dead ball. We've seen Trent do it for Liverpool. Szoboszlai did it during international with Hungary earlier in the season, so plenty of options here that Matt Turner will be concerned about. Alexander Arnold takes it, comes off the wall, looks up high and will go behind for a corner. off Willie Bolly, who, like Sangare earlier, is holding his head off that one. That's going to hurt. Alexander Arnold just couldn't get the necessary height on that one to get it over the wall. So it's a corner as we hit the 4 minutes. We're over the allotted time, so I'd imagine the next dead ball here will be half time up. Shover side right third in swing. Jota tries to flick it on. Aurier gets in the way, and Anya will bring it clear. Puts it out for a throw, and that is indeed. Nope, not quite yet. Chris Kavanagh had his whistle to his lips. No, it is. So that. Started the second half with the ball here. With Konate in the centre circle. So no subs at the break. That means the Liverpool line run through quickly. Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Konate, Tsimikas, McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Jota, Salah and Nunez. Wide for Forest is Turner, Aurier, Boli, Murillo, Niakate, Anya, Mangala, Sangare, Dominguez, Gibbs-White and Elanga. So here is McAllister's booking a piece in the first half. Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool and Oral Mangala for the visitors. Liverpool all in red. Forest now changed to a white shirt with sky blue design on it, with sky blue shorts and socks. And there's an awkward one in the box Matt Turner has to deal with in the Anfield Road end. Now, in the first half, that end was bathed in watery autumnal afternoon sunshine, and whereas the Kop was in the shadows, whereas there's now grey skies all around here at Anfield as we get underway in the second half. Ball back with Alisson now, who has been, might as well have paid for a ticket in the stands in the first half. McAllister clips one forward looking for Jota, header away by Aurier, but it breaks for Nunez. Now Salah, right hand corner of the box. Agne's out there with him. Salah on his left foot, and he scoops it wide of the post on the far side. Whether that was a cross or a shot, I'm not sure, but whatever it was, it didn't trouble the American international Matt Turner in the Nottingham Forest goal. Salah, who scored 2 goals to clinch last Saturday's Merseyside derby here, and then a bit of a surprise appearance off the bench against Toulouse during the week, a game that at the time he came on was, you would say, was pretty much done, but he got 20 minutes in his legs and got the 5th and final goal with what was basically the last kick of the game on Thursday night. Liverpool 3 from 3 in their Europa League group. Now here's Szoboszlai, clips one in. Awkward by Willy Boli, adjusts for Jota, but he slips and it's away. And that gives White and Aurier can clear. Elsewhere in the Premier League today, there's 2 other 2 o'clock kickoffs. Just over 50 minutes gone in both of them. Aston Villa 2, Luton 0, and Brighton 1, Fulham 0 in the early kickoff. Well, a big win for the other side of Merseyside. West Ham 0, Everton 1. A big win that is for Sean Dyche's men. Liverpool are a little bit dicey on the edge of their own box, but Alexander-Arnold and Szoboszlai comfortably dealing with it. And then this afternoon, the 3:30 PM kickoff at Old Trafford, the Manchester derby, Manchester United versus Manchester City. You can hear that one live too here on unofficial Premier League commentary on Flash Score UK. We've got all your Premier League games covered, and we'll also have League Cup action during the week, which Liverpool are part of. They're away to Bournemouth in that competition. So the games just keep coming thick and fast for Jurgen Klopp's men. Now here's Salah to Nunez, edge of the box, lovely flick for Szoboszlai, but looking for Salah again, well intercepted by Murillo. And that's bobbling around the edge of the box. McAllister tries to bring it under control, tries to hook it towards Salah, but Murillo gets in the way, and Forest can clear, and Alisson comes out midway inside his own half to get on the end of that one. So yeah, midweek then, on Wednesday night, all the games: West Ham v Arsenal, Bournemouth v Liverpool, Chelsea v Blackburn, and Manchester United v Newcastle. All will be live here on Flash Score UK. Free kick here to Forest, 5 minutes into the second half. We haven't really had much by way of, well, any coolly dealt with there by Alexander-Arnold. He chests it back to his goalkeeper. McAllister out left to Sim. Released with a dislocated shoulder. Now it's Alexander-Arnold on the run. And he's been held back by Nicolas Dominguez, and he's going to be cautioned, is he? He is indeed. by our referee Chris Kavanagh, the second Forest man, after a man who had to go into the book. Alexander Arnold also in it. It's just about as cynical as they come there from Nicolas Dominguez. A chuckle and a wry smile there from Alexander Arnold. I think he knew exactly what Dominguez was doing. Just stop him any way you can. So Szoboszlai and Alexander Arnold both over this free kick. Tsimikas arriving too, and the Hungarian Szoboszlai will trot away, so it's going to be one of the two fullbacks to deliver into the box. There's a line of shirts along the edge of the box. Now they do leave it off for Szoboszlai. Henry by Murillo comes to Gravenberch, and Aurier slips, and does he foul Gravenberch in the process? No, he doesn't. Forrest will try and break with Gibbs White, and he claims he was fouled by Szoboszlai, but nothing doing, says Chris Kavanagh. But McAllister was fouled, and howls of derision from the Forest players. They don't like that. Gibbs White said, "What about me? I was fouled first." Szoboszlai with a strong tackle on Morgan Gibbs White, and Gibbs White might nearly talk his way into the book of Chris Kavanagh, who gives him a smile and almost fobs him off in a way. But Alexis McAllister gets the free kick instead. Gibbs White finishes his conversation with the referee, or probably more fact was told to finish it. It was Ibrahim Sangare who fouled McAllister. Sangare would have banged the head in the first half. He ducked his head down to bravely block a rasping drive from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Fell to the floor and got a bit of treatment, but was allowed back on the pitch. Here's Alexander-Arnold back to Konate. Van Dijk, who have had plenty of touches in the ball but haven't really been stretched into doing too much work. The two Liverpool centre halves. Alexander-Arnold and Nunez, nice dummy. These are Jota now in the edge of the box here. Liverpool, lots of white shirts back, but a lovely touch by Nunez, gets it to Salah. Murillo, whoa. Then in the end Turner had to make the save. Then Murillo tried to blast that one clear with his left foot. It came off Salah and bounced back to Turner, and now Turner's giving that to Aurier. A horrible ball though. Tsimikas wins it back. Jota goes to ground in the box, nothing doing. Ball still bobbling around. Forrest can't get it clear. It's now with Salah inside the D. Sangare though pokes a toe in and gets it away to Dominguez, and now Elanga will take it up over halfway. That was difficult there from Forrest, and Elanga in the end is forced to run it into touch by Konate. Forrest missing the double goal score last week had given the 2-0 lead over Luton that they eventually surrendered in a 2-2 draw. Chris Wood, the big New Zealander, according to manager Steve Cooper, picking up a hamstring injury during the week, and I'm sure he would have been at the focal point of the attack today despite Forrest's obvious defensive plan here for Anfield. But Elanga has pace and has been really exciting for Forest fans so far this year, but he's been a frustrated figure, largely alone up front today. Aurier wins it back in the centre. Now Gibbs White's got a chance to run here. McAllister comes out with him, cut back, and nobody in a white shirt there. Intercepted easily, and now Gravenberch will come away with it. So that's been Forest day really so far. Lovely clip ball by Szoboszlai looking for Nunez, but Bowley will see it out for a throw in midway inside his own half. We've played 10 minutes in the second half here at Anfield. With me, Mark Strange, here live on unofficial Premier League commentary on Flash Score. Liverpool 2, Nottingham Forest 0. First half goals from Diogo Jota and Darwin Nunez, the difference. Now here's Elanga trying to go on a bit of a run and eventually runs into Konate, and not many people get past him. Salah on the right hand side will chip it back to Szoboszlai. He's almost like a third centre half there, he's so deep. McAllister to Jota, heavy touch though, and Willie Bowley will rob him on halfway. Not many options ahead of him, so he'll go with Dominguez, and now it's with Bola Aina, formerly of Chelsea. Elanga on the left hand side and blocked in the touch by Salah. And now Nigeria international Aina will take the throw. Midway inside Liverpool half on the left hand side. Short to Sangare, he gives it back. Aina nutmegs Szoboszlai and gets it to Sangare. Now Bowley right on halfway, almost in the centre spot. Niakate spreads it left footed back out to Aina. Aina, well, it's a far too hard a ball there. Looking for Dominguez, but easily dealt with by Alisson. who seems to be second choice for his country now for Brazil. Their World Cup qualifiers, he was on the bench both times for Manchester City's Ederson. I mean, what a pairing to have to choose from, but it seems at the minute that Ederson is the preferred choice, but Alisson just a really smooth, quality operator in goal. We saw him there in the first half come out almost to halfway to receive a pass. The old sweeper keeper role. Here's Konate now in the centre circle. And Van Dijk, like a quarterback, right-footed pass right onto the money there with Szoboszlai. Now Nunez around 30 yards out. Nunez into the penalty area on the right-hand side for Saba. Niakate comes out with him. Szoboszlai right-hand corner of the box now, chips in towards the back post. Turner comes out well. Good shake by the American international, and he rolls it out to try and get Gibbs White going. He hurdles a tackle by McAllister, but number 10 on number 10. It's a free kick to Forrest. McAllister can't quite believe it, but Gibbs White probably looking at Chris Kavanagh saying about time. That's a free kick to Forrest midway inside their own half. Gibbs White did hurdle the tackle. Now we're going to have a double sub here for Liverpool. First man to come off then is, we're going to see Ryan Gravenberch and the opening goal scorer Diogo Jota removed here just before the hour. And they're going to be replaced then by Cody Gakpo and Harvey Elliott. So we're going to look here again at the goal from Jota. Great counter-attack in Liverpool. 3-on-2. Nunez's hard shot parried by Turner, but only as far as Jota, 6 yards out. He slammed it home and in the celebration held the shirt of Luis Diaz, who, if you haven't heard the concerning and scary news coming out of his homeland in Colombia overnight that both of his parents have been kidnapped, his mum, and last I've heard, has been returned safely, but his father is still missing. So our thoughts and prayers go to Luis Diaz, and clearly Diogo Jota was showing that with his celebration for his first goal. So he is withdrawn, as is Ryan Gravenberch. Both played 90 minutes during the week against Toulouse, and they're replaced then by Harvey Elliott and Cody Gakpo. Here's Gakpo, the Dutch forward, his first touch. Nice one into Szoboszlai towards the edge of the box. Dominic Szoboszlai, now Harvey Elliott, right hand side, first touch for Elliott. Oh, and it's deflected wide. Almost a first touch on a goal for Harvey Elliott. Two subs getting involved there. Gakpo in the build-up, and then Elliott put into space on the right-hand side of the box, and he strode onto the perfectly weighted pass by Dominic Szoboszlai, hit it with his left foot, and it was Ola Aina sliding in with an excellent block to divert it behind for a corner and hitting a poor steward in the process. But corner kick Liverpool in front of the Anfield Road end here as the clock ticks on to 60 minutes. Alexander Arnold will take it. Right-footed outswinger from the local lad. In it comes. Headed away by Aina. Comes to Elliott, 30 yards out to Szoboszlai in the left-hand corner of the box. There's the Hungarian midfielder. He'll cut infield onto his right foot and spreads one to the far post where Nunez wins a header, but trying to divert it across goal in the end, just nodded it harmlessly wide, and that Liverpool attack comes to an end. But Harvey Elliott there with his first touch, a beautifully weighted pass by Dominic Szoboszlai, who is just so good at that there. He really is a quality operator. And in the end, Elliott denied by a brave sliding block from Ola Aina, as Matt Turner will send the goal kick long, the American goalkeeper, signed from Arsenal in the summer. Gakpo and challenging up there with Aurier, and Gibbs White has a hack at that to try and get it forward, but Van Dijk just nudges Anthony Elanga out of the way and gives it back to Alisson. And he gives it to Alexander Arnold now, who'll try and get away from Sangare, and does. He's quick when he gets going, Alexander Arnold. He plays a good pass down the right-hand touchline to Nunez, midway inside the Forest half now, the big Uruguayan forward. Sangare still there though and wins it off him, but at the concession of a throw-in. That Liverpool number 9 now will hand it over to Liverpool number 66, Trent Alexander-Arnold. attempts 15-2. No attempt on goal. Target, yeah, sorry. Forest 7 for Liverpool, so goes to show you. What sort of game we're having here. Alexander-Arnold on the right hand touchline, and Nunez back to Konate, who turns away from any pressure from Elanga, and there's Alisson about 10 yards outside his box to comfortably take that ball into feet. And that's with Van Dijk. So Nottingham Forest coming into this game 15th place in the league, 5 points above the relegation zone. They've been drawing plenty of games recently, and you'd sure Steve Cooper at least like a couple of those back to see if they could hold on to the 3 points. Salah goes down outside the box under a challenge by Murillo. Murillo judged to have held him back there. And free kick given by Chris Kavanagh, in well within shooting range, but it's that sort of range where it's almost more difficult to try and get the ball up and over the wall and dip it down again to test the goalkeeper. So we shall see. Liverpool not short of a few dead ball specialists. We saw Alexander-Arnold hit the wall and deflect over for a corner in the first half, and again there's plenty of red shirts around it. Gakpo walks away, but we've still got Salah, Szoboszlai, Nunez and Alexander-Arnold all floating around, all more than capable of hitting a free kick. Nunez will leave, and then number 3. We've also though got Harvey Elliott and Kostas Tsimikas lurking just to the left of this one, around 25 yards out. Fairly central, just right of central perhaps, so it's going to be Szoboszlai, Alexander-Arnold and Salah, and as I say, Elliott and Tsimikas just to the left in case they want to roll it off. Salah strikes it left-footed, and as I said, it's over the bar. It's so difficult to get that one up and down in time to trouble the goalkeeper, and he couldn't do it with his left-footed effort. Clearing Matt Turner's crossbar with relative ease there. The American sends his goal kick long, and Aurier and Gakpo challenge for it, but it'll go out for a throw in just in front of Jurgen Klopp, around 15 yards inside Liverpool half. Tsimikas throws back to Van Dijk, who gives it to Konate. So then Forest haven't won a game since the 2nd of September, a 1-0 win at Stamford Bridge, where seemingly just about everybody's still getting 3 points there. Chelsea looked to have maybe turned it into a corner under Maurizio Pochettino, but per 2-0 home defeat to Brentford yesterday in a West London derby. Now Gibbs White inside the penalty area. Oh dear me, that's the best chance of the game for Forest, and Nicolas Dominguez has spurned it. He falls over as he was in the box, around really on the penalty spot, the Argentinian, and he just couldn't sort out his feet and just fell over right in front of goal. What a chance that would have been there for Forest out of nothing to have this deficit, but Nicolas Dominguez falls over flat on his face inside the penalty area in front of the Kop, with maybe not quite the goal at his mercy. It was certainly a great chance. Now Salah gets away from Aurier, lucky deflection, takes it to Szoboszlai. And now Gakpo back to Szoboszlai, and Tsimikas left hand corner of the box. Faced up by Aurier as the sun is starting to creep out again behind the clouds and over the Kop. Salah dinks it back for Gakpo. Aurier wins the header back across his own box. Murillo has to clear it. Bit of uncertainty at the back there for Forest. It's back out now to Tsimikas on the left hand side. Gets across, deflected off Aurier and into the away fans there in the Anfield Road end, who spent much of the first half squinting. And the sun is starting to appear back over the top of the Kop stand as Liverpool have a corner kick. It'll be a left-foot out swinger from Kostas Tsimikas. 20 minutes into the second half here at Anfield. Liverpool 2-0 up in this unofficial Premier League commentary live on floor. Tsimikas delivers the left-foot out swinger, headed away by Murillo. Comes to Elliott in the edge of the box. He never really got his body set. He took it in the chest, but a bit of a wild hack, and sends it over the bar. No trouble there for Matt Turner. And well, we're getting a look here at Nicholas Dominguez again. Out of nothing, a good pass forward to find Morgan Gibbs White on the right hand side, and oh, could there have been a worse time for Dominguez to trip? Nobody near him. Gibbs White's pass took out about 4 Liverpool defenders. It was one of those ones where Dominguez was coming on, I think, just trying to sweep it past Allison, but just got his footwork all completely wrong and a bit of a comical fall in the end. Unfortunate for him and for Forest, who, well, they haven't offered much, but still at 2-0, if that goal goes in with just over, we've still 25 minutes to go here, all of a sudden you might get a few people shifting in their seats here at Anfield, but as it is, that just about sums up Forest's afternoon here on Merseyside. Van Dijk now spreads out left to Simicas, left-hand touchline, in front of his manager here, just inside his own half. Gakpo. Nunez will play a hard pass back to Van Dijk, using the edge of his box, and now Ibrahima Konate. Back to Allison, who I said is like a third centre half, and he comes out to the edge of his box to get those passes. McAllister now on the halfway, stops, turns, and opens it up right to Konate. Now Elliott. Gakpo in the centre circle now. Nunez, nice pass, finds Salah. Alexander-Arnold trying to get on the end of it, and Turner comes out and gets there first. Good goalkeeping by Matt Turner. Alexander-Arnold was breathing down on him there, and all it would have took really was for him just to get a touch onto the Mo Salah's through ball. It had all the pace on it, but Matt Turner read the situation well and came out and cleared. That's a poor pass there though, and Liverpool picking up a game. Alexander-Arnold 30 yards out, he's going to hit one, and always rising high, wide, and not very handsome at all there, but he was just a step or two away from potentially giving Liverpool a 3-0 lead there, as Forest now are going to make a triple sub. And we're going to see, first of all, Nicholas Dominguez. He's going to be withdrawn here for Ryan Yates. So the Argentinian, a frustrating afternoon compounded there by falling over at the penalty spot with a nice square ball from Morgan Gibbs White. He's gone for Ryan Yates. Ola Anya is the next man to be withdrawn, and he's going to be replaced there by Harry Tofolo. side. He's on. So, bit of a change in tact here for the last 20 minutes for Steve Cooper. As they put Awonyi up there with Anthony Alanga. And Morgan Gibbs White as they try to desperately find something that will see them get a chance in this game. As I said, they went 2-0 down, 2 quick-fire goals just after the half-hour mark in the first half after frustrating Liverpool up until that point. And you feared for them at that point the floodgates might open, but despite really offering next to nothing going forward, Liverpool haven't been able to breach them again in this second half. And because Dominguez had a decent chance before he subbed off there where his feet failed him at the last moment, but at 2-0 they're still in this one. And now here's Alanga now playing more out in the left of a front three with Awonyi at the middle. Alanga trying to beat Alexander-Arnold. He does keep the ball in, but McAllister will beat him to it, and Gakpo deep in our right back position will clear. Now down the touchline, and Salah appears to be fouled there by the new man Harry Toffolo. And that is indeed the case. Free kick as everyone on the main stand on that far side there claimed for it. As Salah was sent tumbling by the new left back there, Harry Toffolo. Former Huddersfield man now in his second season at the City Ground. Forest defeated the Terriers in the playoff final to get to the Premier League. He was probably Huddersfield's best player, and Forest pinched him to take him to the Premier League, so even though he lost that final, he still got into the Premier League anyway. So here's Alexander-Arnold taking a free kick just inside his own half. Elliott comes short for it and gives it to Konate, and now back into the penalty area for Allison. Long ball in to touch. So we've just over 15 minutes to go here at Anfield. Liverpool 2, Nottingham Forest 0. Live Premier League unofficial commentary here on Flash Score UK this Sunday afternoon with Mark Strange here, your commentator, guiding you through it. Elsewhere today in the Premier League, there are 2 other 2 o'clock kickoffs. They both around between 10 and 15 minutes to go. Aston Villa now 3-0 up over Luton. Meanwhile, Fulham have got an equaliser at the Amex. It's Brighton 1, Fulham 1. The derby at Old Trafford. It's just kicked off there around 5 minutes ago. Still goalless there in Manchester United and Manchester City. The Liverpool do indeed hang on here for this. I say hang on, they're not exactly pushed for it at the minute, but if they do keep the 3 points here and Manchester City don't win over their rivals, then that will see Liverpool end this Sunday night back up to 3rd in the table. And also be a 3rd win at Anfield in 8 days. Everton and Toulouse already disposed of here. Saturday and Thursday respectively. The ball is now with Virgil van Dijk. Now McAllister to Elliott, midway inside the Forest half. Harvey Elliott has Gakpo to his left, Nunez ahead. Uses Nunez, he brings Tsimikas into play. Left hand side in line with the edge of the penalty area. Aurier chasing him, and well, Tsimikas thought he fouled him and nothing doing. Van Dijk knocks it forward, headed away by Niakate. As Gakpo on the left-hand touchline tries by Elliott, but a good interception there by Aurier, and that's a throw-in midway inside the Forest half on the left for the Reds. Gas will take a few strides in front of Steve Cooper in the Nottingham Forest technical area. Nunez gets it and then plays that annulled for the first time. A rasping back pass, the only way I can put that one back to Konate, who had to be sharp with his touch, and he was. He gets it back from McAllister right on half. Sportsman. It's Argentinian World Cup winner Alexis McAllister. Allison again appearing this time about 20 yards outside his box to steer that to Virgil van Dijk, who takes us over halfway. Awonyi. There's been spectators coming off the bench. And there's a good ball. Simicas wins a header on the touchdown, a little bit too long for Niakate. Back to Turner, who's right footed clear, goes straight to Alexis McAllister and 30 yards from goal. Look up those options. Use Saboshly, Harvey Elliott calling for it. On the right wing, but Liverpool content to pass it around the midfield with Alex